This is Peter Clerkin, who is the ex-training manager of Bill's restaurant, and we worked together on the Bill's uniform project. One of our first, probably about 3 meetings in, we'd done some design boards, we'd got some fabrics together, we basically showed some different checks, because that was very much where we were heading. And then we actually brought some really old shapes, but that were real classics that were really great on fit, because we knew fitting this massive diversity of body shapes from ultra, extra small to extra large, and we wanted to make sure we covered all of it for both women and men. So we started with this more sort of 70s styling vintage shirt, and we loved the quirkiness of the print, I think, and exactly. The grey. Yeah, the grey. It was really retro. It was really about it was much more on brand with Bill's, being because they love all those vintagey bits at Bill's, and all the vintage detailing, and so that was actually quite a good starting point. And then we took some elements from another vintage shirt, and the great thing was just having a tiny bit of taper in the back for the men, and very lean, long shape. Obviously, we did a really quite a nice little neat collar.
We changed the collar.
It reflected. But it was making so they could make it a bit more preppy look, or actually
more up to date.
Undo it and wear their shirt or blouse a bit more open. And it's still, because one of your things is actually you want everybody to feel that they can have use the uniform, but still reflect their own individual style.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things with Bill's is that we want our staff to show their individuality, and the previous uniform really didn't give any scope for that. And with this uniform, we wanted the uniform where the guys could roll the sleeves up if they wanted, or they could leave them down. If they wanted to wear something underneath it, it was fine as well. If they wanted to maybe wear a headscarf, it still worked. Didn't look weird. And with the previous uniform, it was quite formal and stiff, and it just looked odd if people tried to personalize it. So that was key with the design as well. We still wanted people's personality to come out. So although we have a uniform, we still wanted people to look different as well.
And then when we eventually we settled more on this kind of design, and I'm going for a really nice, really micro check, which was sort of off grey, which is more retro, and also we designed your tab, so because that was the other thing. Yeah. It wasn't tax deductible until you've got your own branding on there, and it's a big thing. It's a massive spend on budget. So just bringing that element, having it designed, put in the shirts in some way. Yeah. And with the girls, they tended to all want to have their 3/4 length sleeve. Yeah. So that was a really great point. And then actually with the men, they tended to like rolling it up, and some just kept it done up, so we had
and
that
buttons or unbuttons,
we had that option in both of them. And
I think what we liked about the check as well, one of the big issues we had with the previous uniform was summertime and sweat stains. And it was a major issue because the shirts were so heavy. Yes. So with this, we had a much lighter fabric. We had a different type of blends in the fabric, I think, as well. So a bit more flexibility in it. But also the check meant that you really didn't see any small stains or water patches or wet patches, so it was quite a clever idea as well going with that.
Yeah, I remember we needed it to be breathable, we needed it to be lightweight, we needed it to look
durable,
natural, durable, and also stretch. So we put spandex, we put
Katie loves the spandex.
I love spandex, spandex and everything, never covers up every bit of sin, and then hugs it all in, and then basically we're putting polyester to get in there to make the fabric really robust, along with 62% of cotton. Yeah. So again, you've just got this really natural, breathable fabric. The polyester and the spandex makes it almost, you can get away without ironing it. So should anyone forget when they come into work, which is another thing that people were battling with. So it sort of covered all bases. But again, we've made that blend in our own mill that we use for putting prototypes of fabrics together. So, and then we could actually weave in the checks as well. So once you've got your own fabric base, you can put any design to it. So that's what was really exciting. We could go the printed route of printing something on that makes it look really, unique, or in this case we went for woven.
Yeah, we were really keen to bring the heritage of the business into the uniform. We thought we had a golden opportunity with the apron. So when Bill started off, it was just little greengrocers, and then they started doing a little cafe onto it as well. And the staff at the time used to just wear butcher aprons. So we thought, well, actually, something can work with here, but a butcher apron is maybe a little bit too much for the staff to wear. So we came up with this apron. We turned the actual fabric inside out, so we get a bit of a more kind of retro, distressed, used look. And then we changed the length as well. And one of the issues we had with the previous uniform was the aprons were very long, so the staff loved this size. Smaller people weren't tripping over themselves in it. But then we added this little pink tab, and this all came about, I think it was one day we were running over ideas, and we were in one of the restaurants, and I was, as usual, drinking a cup of green tea, and on the cup of on the green tea we had little tabs, and it just suddenly light bulb moment going ding. That's what we need. We need a tab, and Bill's favorite color is actually pink. So we decided, let's make the tab pink, add it on onto the pocket of the apron. It just adds, kind of modernizes it, makes a really, really cool touch to it. And the staff love the little glare of pink on the aprons as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I give you full credit for this whole design. It was just we were just sort of helped. Well, this is what's available. This is the manifesto, but it was really, Peter's design initiative and actually real sense of strong brand identity that actually brought this together, really. So it was such a co-creation project.
Yeah.
And then with the shirt, we had to reflect that, didn't we? So, but we had to put a knowledge on the outside that there was it was a Beals branded item. So we did that in contrast green. Can't remember why. I think it was because there's green everywhere.
Green, and the front of it, exactly, yeah.
So we were tying in that heritage bit to it as well. So finished product on the ladies, and that's actually with the darting on the bust, basically keeping it semi-fitted, and then we put darting on the back as well. And you'll notice things like, how to make this really unique, and was actually putting the bias cut of the grain of the fabric at the check on the cuffs, again making it flexible, little splits, but key points that you need to look out for, making the shirts done with a shirt seaming machinery, so it's actually sort of so robustly stitched it would take a machine to pull it apart. You could never do it by hand. So again, waiters always leaning over and stretching. We've got the stretch in the fabric, and then you've got the seams really, really robustly machined. So, and those kind of corners, can be cut. They look good for a while, but if you're working in an intense environment, you need to have robust sort of seaming, like denim. It needs to be made for workwear. Thank you, Peter. It's been brilliant to interview you and find out all of your golden nuggets from the journey.
Thank you.